Good morning, boys and girls. We're going to do another letter that has slanted lines, slant lines, and I call them that they're at an angle. We're going to hold our pencil, marker, or pen by having 3 fingers folded under. We lay our pen, marker, pencil right on top of that third finger, and we use the other 2 fingers to move our marker, pencil, or pen around. I'm using a marker so you can see it better. Now, when we do our slant lines V, we go down at an angle. This is the capital V, so it'll go down at an angle over 2 lines. Then we go up at an angle. So this is an easy way. You can go down at an angle too if you want to. So I like to go down at an angle. So I'm going to go down at an angle over 2 lines. I start at the top line, go down at an angle at a slant to the bottom line. Top line, go down over 2 lines. Top line, go down over 2 lines at an angle. I'm going to finish my whole row. This is the only row that I do the whole row. I would like for you to finish whatever row I have by pausing the video. My next line, they still gave me the dotted line, so I know I start at the top. I go down at an angle. I start at the top. I go down at an angle. I start at the top, go down at an angle to the bottom line, start at the top line, go down at an angle to the bottom line. Please pause your video and finish the whole line. Now that you've written that whole line, we're getting to the line that has a starting point. So I'm starting at my starting point at the top line. I go at an angle or slant down to the bottom line. I go back to the top line, and my 2 lines meet on the bottom line. I'm going to start at the top line at my starting point. I go at an angle or slant to the bottom line. I start at the top line. I go over both lines, and my 2 lines meet on the bottom line. Please pause the video here and finish your whole row. Now that we did that row, you are going to be at the row that does not have any starting points or dotted lines. So this is how we write it ourselves. You again go to the top line, you go down at an angle to the bottom line. You start at the top line, you go down at an angle or slant to the bottom line, and both my lines meet at the bottom. I start at the top line. Remember to leave a space between the letters. I go down to the bottom line. I go back to my top line and at a slant meet at the bottom line. Please pause the video here and finish your whole row. Now we're going to do the lowercase v. The lowercase v, I start at the top line, I go to the bottom line, and then I just go back up. So I start at the middle line. I said the top line here. I apologize. I start at the middle line because this is my lowercase and I go straight up. So this is kind of like making a little check mark. It is very easy. Make sure that both sides are slanted and both sides are at an angle. I go from the middle line to the bottom and back to the middle. Middle to the bottom, back to the middle. Now this line still has my traceable dotted line. So it's easy to start at the middle line, go to the bottom line, go back to the middle line. Start at the middle line at a slant, go down to the bottom, and go back up to the middle line. Pause your video here and finish writing your whole row. Our next row shows that my starting point is in the middle line. So I'm going to start at the middle line, go at an angle to the bottom line, and back up at an angle or a slant to the middle line. I go to my next starting point, I go to the bottom line, and I go back up to the middle line. Pause your video here and finish this whole row. My next row does not have any starting points or anything, so I know I need to start at the middle line. I go at an angle or a slant to the bottom line, and I go back up at an angle or slant to the middle line. I leave a little space, probably your pinky finger is wide enough. I start at the middle line, go at an angle down to the bottom line, and back up to the middle line at a slant. Finish this whole row. When you are done, I need you to take a picture and post it to our class dojo. Happy writing!